Yeah. Thanks, right.
I will call the meeting of the Irvington Architecture Review Board to order. As is usually the case, we'll start with continuation, so you go on to new matters. We will take the applications in ascending order based on the application number. We will start with continuation ARB 19-24, 27 Hudson Avenue, solar panels. Sure, the other on this side here. Oh, you're here? Nobody's here? Okay, we'll hold that. We just called. We just called you, come?
Oh, okay. Hi, how are you?
Hi, if you would speak into the microphone, we would ask everybody that comes up to the applicant to introduce yourself. If you're not, tell us who you are and who you represent.
Hi, my name's Jacqueline. I'm from Sunrun, representing the homeowner, Marilyn Gillard. So, I was here last time, and it was asked that the panels be shifted on the side and rear of the home to move closer to the chimney.
We'd love to be more symmetrical.
Yes. So we moved them as close as we could.
We did also ask, and I don't see, there's only one page in the second application, set of paperwork. We did ask for an elevation of the panels to see how high off the roof they would be. I still didn't see one. I mean, it's part of the village code that they be less than 6 inches, and I have no way to verify from the surface of the roof to the top of the panel. It needs to be less than 6 inches, and I have no way of knowing that based on the information that I received. I mean, I didn't see it in here.
No, it's not. No.
All right. I don't know how I can go forward without it, unfortunately.
Are you guys okay with the shift of the panel?
It was better than it was. I mean, they don't look so haphazard on the roof. Other than that, I mean.
If I can get you a plan stamped by the P showing the distance from the roof to the top of the panel, can we move forward?
I'd have to see it first.
Okay.
So
Come back in front of the board?
yes. I will let the building department know what it is we're looking for, unless there's anything else from anybody else here on the board. Any other requirements? Anybody?
I think I feel the same way you do. They're still not great. It's an awful lot of panels and they're very obvious,
Mm-hmm.
very exposed. I know they do make triangular, do you have anything like that, that would help your array?
Triangular.
Solar panels.
I've honestly never seen that or heard of it before. Our company does not carry that.
What I've seen as far as a shape other than rectangular would be a filler piece. A lot of times they'll put fillers in.
One of the architects in the room sent it to me as the meeting was going on, so I can't pull it up right now, but, so they are out there now, I guess.
Can I just ask a quick question, because I wasn't part of the original application. Is this plan north facing?
So north. Yes.
Yes, one of them is.
If you look at the small inset that shows you where Hudson is, Hudson Avenue. They're pretty much similar on all sides. They do have the 3-foot required access, fire setbacks.
Is this shallow pitch roof? It's like a 4 pitch or something like that?
It's not,
It's steep, right?
no, not at all.
I can tell you the question. They are 29 and under.
If you return, showing us the elevation of the roof of the panels. Section. Yeah, section of
Showing the distance from the roof.
from the roof to the top of the panel.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to the other continuation on the agenda, ARB 19-28, 40 Riverview Road, addition.
Good evening, I'm Christina Griffin. I'm the architect for the project, and it's a little too high. We were here last time, and I'm going to go through some of the changes and that we submitted. One thing we did, first of all, I just wanted to show you the site plan because there were some questions about what is new and what's existing. And I think this shows it is the easiest way to show it to you. This is the existing house. There's a garage here. We're planning to expand the front of the house, about 200 square feet, add a new portico, and to have an extension over the garage. And this angled bay is also an addition, just one story and a new deck, okay? I think I'm going to go right to the elevations. This is our front facade. This is an existing two-car garage right now. I'm doing a complete upgrade to the house. This is our new second floor extension. This is also new. The house has like an L shape right now. This is a new entry. Based on your comments, what we've done is we've added the muntins around the front door in the side lights and the transom. We have also added panels all around the entry. Some of them are hidden by these columns. We've changed the chimney to stone, and we've simplified the detail at the very top. And we have the sample of the stone that we'd like to use right here. One of the comments was there's just too much stucco on the house. So to add a different material, and this looks really well, works well with the house. So this is our front elevation. Those are the changes here. On the side, we're showing the panel detail on the side of the entry, the front entry. The new stone at the side of the house, very simple, thick stone cap at the top. We also removed the continuous trim that we had at the gable, and instead of that, we've returned our fascia and our crown molding at the corners of the building.
You also continued the brick all the way up?
We did. On both, of course, both facades. This is showing our new stone chimney. We have another piece of stone where the shape of the chimney changes, and there's a little angle here. We have added panels to this detail. This is a box bay, and we've given it panels. There'll also be panels underneath these windows here, and there's also panels at the front entry, so it's like a theme on the house. That was also in response to the comment that there's too much stucco, and then why not put panels here? We have our bracket detail for how that is, for the brackets that we're showing here. We also have our metal railing detail. And on the side of the house, what we're showing on the other side, the same treatment, of course, returning the fascia and crown. The brick goes all the way to the rake board, and we've added a window on this side to match the window on the other side of the gable. We're showing the side of the paneled bay, window bay here with the bracket detail, and I believe those are the changes that we were asked to make, and we also put the panel detail here. And I'll show you our, oh yes, we've asked to also provide a section through the house. This is the section that we submitted to the planning board. The house really, this is the existing house. We've changed the shape of the roof. We added the porch, and this is our breakfast area that has the angled walls and roof. This is our color scheme. What we've done is we've added the stone, which is at the chimney. These are the same samples that we had shown you last time, and I have them with you if you'd like to see them again. Because these colors are looking gray when they're all, it's actually different tones of cream.
Anybody want to see the stone? Okay, ask for it.
I can see it.
Okay.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, you can see it from here. Looks good.
Any questions?
Nope. I appreciate the changes. I think they're.
Thank you.
I think can I ask one question?
Yes.
On the west elevation, the garage side, can you go back to that?
Christina, I don't know if I noticed in the elevations, do you have the shutters on all the windows? Or it's only in the rendering? Okay. Only in the front, okay.
Your question about the west elevation?
This is complete right here. This reads like it's two different things, but it's. I think I don't think that lies there. That's what I'm asking.
It's not there. I think we were thinking of pushing it in, but we weren't able to do so because the
It's no
garage
big
is
deal.
too narrow. I think it'll be fine, yeah. We
Yeah,
have to
fine.
remove it, yes.
So the trims are probably gonna fly past it.
Yeah.
Was the balcony there before, or was it an addition when you changed it?
The
to
balcony was there last time. We had a railing there. We just changed the bay from stucco to panel bay. And if you'd like to know why the shutters are just on the front, this same color, which is reading,
Yeah.
it's really more of it's a beautiful brown, like walnut color. It picks up the color of the entry door and the garage doors. They all match.
You said this is not a big deal, but do the garage doors go up, they're overhead doors?
Yes.
It is, okay. So,
It's made to look like
Yeah.
carriage doors.
Folks? Okay, anything else,
Thank
Joe?
yeah,
Do I have a motion to approve?
so moved.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
You want to take these? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, moving on to new matters. We'll start with ARB 19-30, 61 Field Terrace fence.
Hi, we're Robin and Herb Camp. We live at that address.
Is this a picture of what's existing or what you?
Yes, that's what's existing.
What is the function?
It's a garden. Right now, it's got oriental lilies in it. Oriental lilies are my favorite flower.
So the fence is to keep the deer out of it, so.
Yeah. I mean, deer wouldn't, you don't need a high fence to keep deer out. They'd be trapped if they jumped in. It's too small a garden for them to get a running leap.
Yeah, and they won't even try it if they know they don't have a landing area.
No.
Just a question regarding the location.
Uh-huh.
Just looking at
Yep.
the existing garage.
That's our neighbor's house.
That's your neighbor's
Our house is, in your photo, our house is right under my hand.
Oh, okay, so
That's the neighbor's
so you're just
driveway.
expanding this 10 feet.
No, we're actually making it smaller. It's now, the depth east to west is 14 feet. We're gonna make it 12 and a half feet. Because it turns out we're encroaching on their property. We didn't know that when we built it, but that's the fact of the matter. So we're actually making it smaller.
Anybody have any questions? Any other questions?
Everything's in kind.
Sorry.
It's just redoing what's there. in
Should
kind.
always be that easy.
I can't understand.
Just redoing everything in kind. Like
Well, we're
this.
not redoing everything, we're moving the wall, it's of the four walls,
Yeah.
the one on the west.
Yeah.
It's going to be moved back towards the east by 1.5 feet.
That's what I got. But
Yeah.
you're basically like chopping off a part,
Yeah.
sliding it back, and then redo it. Okay.
Yes.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Okay. Moving on to ARB 19-31, 75 Northport Way. It's a deck.
Hi, my name is Ekwood Amsi. I work with William P. with Architects. I represent for the homeowner. What we do is add the deck behind the back of the house. It's like 14 by 16 foot deck. And you, normally you wouldn't see it from the front, but in the back you will see it.
And what about
From the side.
Meadowbrook?
This is the side of the deck that you see.
Okay. So it's the deck and the lattice? The lattice underneath?
No, this, yes, it's a white letters.
All the trim's white, all the railings,
Yes.
everything's white.
The metal is the metal really.
Okay. What color?
Yes. White, yes.
Okay.
And
The last trim is white. That's like
Yes.
window trim, existing trim.
The existing trim is white. Oh, yeah. You have to match existing. This is what they have right now.
Okay.
It's white.
This is internal renovation too, or just the deck?
It's,
itself?
they did
Like
this
it's
last
not
year,
nothing.
years ago, and then they used to have small deck, and they take it out to make the kitchen bigger.
Mhm.
Now they want the deck back. So
Got it.
Want me to wait for you to come?
Give me a second here.
what we do is just remove the existing window and put the door in the same side with the window. So
Okay.
Let's get the hedge in the front.
Yeah, I think it's good.
That's it.
I just wanted to see color.
It's all white trim.
Yeah. Yep. Well, in the back too. So. Okay.
Okay.
Questions? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. You take these. Yeah, one more there. Okay, moving on to ARB 19-32, 18 Riverview Road, the shed.
Peter Sedilli, 18 Riverview Road.
I understand there is a shed there now.
Was.
Did the pad that the shed was sitting on still there? Or was it not, it wasn't sitting on the pad?
I don't think it was sitting on a pad.
So this is what you're looking to put there?
Yes.
Okay. It's far enough away from the house.
The original just fell apart, wasn't there?
That's what I was told, yes.
We've never seen it there?
No.
And what color? Because we have black and white.
Yeah.
Just so we have
Oh, so it's gray.
Gray.
It's not far from what we have. Okay. So that shed has structure beneath it to support it, or is it gonna have to sit on a pad? It looks like it's
Yeah,
got
I'm
2x10s underneath it.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Pressure treated 4x4s under it.
It's gray. It's funny.
Do we know what the actual size of this is?
8 by 10.
It is 8x10.
Sorry. I don't think you can see
Okay. I don't have any other questions unless anybody else does.
No comment.
Say again? Good. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. And last but not least, we will go with ARB 19-33, 24 Hillside Terrace, addition. Yes. Not, it may not be live, but it will be. You'll be able to.
I just wondered where I should start to speak, but okay. Good evening. For the record, my name is Sam Vieira. I'm the project architect. Ms. Laura Wheeler, the homeowner, is also here this evening. Basically, this is a project that has been before the planning board and the zoning board. We've gotten all of our approvals out of the way, gotten all of our resolutions and variances, and hopefully this is the final step to moving on to a building permit. Essentially, the project consists of a three-story addition to the southeast corner of the house, which is the right rear corner as you're looking from Hillside Terrace, 3 stories, because in Irvington, the foundation, exposed foundation basement's considered a story. On the side elevation, it's a lot easier to delineate what is being added on. Primarily from this area here, which we've demarcated as the basement and first floor addition, that is new. You can see where we've darkened the brick pattern a little bit. That is also reflecting the new brick pattern to match the existing. And then as we move up, we did have a slight encroachment on the second floor towards the front to create this elevation and this detailing. If you look at this, the basic profile of this side elevation matches the existing house. In going through the design of this, it was very important to Ms. Wheeler and myself to not bring the entire addition to the front and therefore sort of, destroy the existing outline of the existing facade. The pictures that I've just shown you, I know you're looking at it, the top picture is Laura's inspiration for the project. It's not the house. It's just a picture from a Pinterest or house or something like that. But that just
I
goes...
didn't see that sweet
Exactly right. So that's,
anywhere.
so I apologize, I should have told you that.
That's all right.
So this is this is the sense of what we're trying to achieve here in trying to match the brick with the stucco and timber. Moving forward, then, I've given you the three prominent views of the house, of the existing house. The front view, the diagonal view of the side looking at it from the southwest corner, so you could see how the addition would mass onto the existing, and then the rear view where you can see how it will fill in this gap here. One of the design issues that we were trying to work with is how do we marry this style with the existing? And if you look at the picture of the front, the two gable ends, the prominent gable ends over the entrance and the main part of the house, presently have like this rough stone siding, okay? And what we decided to do is remove that siding and incorporate this detailing, the Tudor detailing, so that it gets tied into the new addition. So effectively what you have is some replication of details and materials, not only in the new addition, but we've introduced them to the front so that it's more of a cohesive look to the entire project. The finishes we've labeled on the drawings themselves, which you have before you. But just as visual aids, if you'd like to pass these around, those are the actual, those are the actual samples of the color. The new windows, the darker of the colors is what would the timber corner boards and any trim would be, and then the lighter color is for the stucco.
So the trim is the Toby
Correct.
and the stucco's.
The stucco's right. The ones that are side by side, so you can see how they will look. They're going to go with an architectural shingle, 50-year shingle that will give it a lot of texture. It'll be readily visible because of the steep slopes of the roof.
What color is that? I assume the taupe is the shutters and all the wooden.
It will be, right. Every wood surface on the exterior of the house will be the taupe. That's not what the color is now, but this is all going to change. The windows are going to be Marvin French casement windows, and I've also supplied a sample of what the exterior finish will be, which is as close a match as what is there now, which are the old.
You've drawn the existing chimney, is that?
The existing, right, so the existing chimney
Has a little more.
there's a lot more detailing. The problem is with the way, with that sawtooth, it's impossible to replicate like a straight elevation. So the existing chimney probably will not need, remains will not need to be touched, so I apologize for that. But I don't believe so, because if it clears this ridge, so it'll clear this ridge without a problem. Right.
I mean, my only comment would be, with all the houses on the block, that, and even with the one right next door, that's the primary element in the building, and I think, it's set far enough back, so maybe it isn't an issue, but it looks like it's trying to equal that other one.
We're saying the chimney itself, or the...
No, the peak, the idea to connect the peaks.
But this peak sits way beyond the midpoint of the existing footprint of the house. I mean,
I wanted to raise it for the other members.
Do you think visually it should be lower? Yeah? What do you say?
I mean, if it was the most dominant element, and you can see it in the street view, is the chimney on that side, and I think that's still going to be the most dominant element.
I think it's going to pop against
Yeah.
the stucco,
I would.
as opposed to what it was before.
Yeah, the one thing I would say, and I think you're kind of in the pickle, which is you're lining the dormer and whatever the new north face of that the roadside face of that addition with the front of the chimney, but in some way you might want to make it revealed. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I understand, right. Yeah, there might be a minor reveal there.
Yeah.
Because we won't be able to, but the intent was to come out that far, but not cover the chimney at that
Okay.
point.
And it shows it as a line, as if it's going out, so maybe that's might be something you mark up on the drawing, so it's clear.
Okay.
That's good. I mean, in particular, it's also
I like the
where you're gonna
color
see
and
the
change.
difference
I
between.
like the color and change. And I don't think the loss of the the sort of raw timber is, yeah, see.
So the shutters are staying as it, like the front elevation, everything that's existing, you're keeping the old windows, and this is like closest to the existing.
Exactly, right.
So it's
The-
not
the-
Marvin's everywhere else.
Right, the only difference is there's an existing window here, which we are going to change to a new window so that these two match.
So show everything on the east.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, south.
You're east. Yes. The front elevation is
Front
east.
is east.
Yes, correct. Right, so everything on the east elevation.
elevation.
No, I'm sorry. The west is the front, sorry. It's a southeast addition. The western front elevation stays as is, except for we're introducing this detailing on top of the gables, and the painting of what is new now is going to change to that, the color we've submitted.
Is the existing stucco base, it's everything from there down, is it going to be redone to match? Painted to
No,
match, or can it be-
are you, the basement, are we keeping it the natural stucco that exists, or are you,
I'm gonna change
You don't
it.
want to, it looks like,
it's on the
It's in the
pictures,
photograph.
it's in the photograph. If you see the rear photograph.
should be
it's
power
more
wash.
yeah. Right.
Oh, there we go, I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know, I don't have it, we haven't discussed that yet.
Right.
are you replacing the Hope's windows?
No.
No.
Well, so the windows that are there
Or stay?
are staying. The only window that is existing
Sure, it's one that's been blocked.
is this one here, because we felt it would be awkward. This one doesn't sit on the same plane and is so recessed. We didn't think that it would look awkward. But this is the only existing window location where we're proposing to put a new window in, so that we have some cohesiveness.
And what window is it? What window is it?
The new ones?
Yeah.
Oh, the new ones are going to be Anderson French.
Margaret.
I'm sorry, Marvin
Marvin.
French.
In the western gable that has the Tudor detailing now, are you finishing the attic?
This one?
Yeah.
There is no
it's
attic.
vented right now.
Right.
So how are we, so there's no attic in there, it's cathedral up in that area?
No, there's no accessible attic, but we can vent either using gable vents,
That's what I'm asking.
soffit vents or ridge vents, right,
Because there's
exactly.
nothing- There's nothing there
Right.
right now.
I would say one other thing is, and it's hard to tell, but this is the inspiration, and I think it's a great inspiration if you're doing half timber, is these seem a little beefier, but I don't know if anybody else has that.
They might be beefier because the pattern, they're a lot closer. I think
Yeah.
that if you look at it, they are probably nominally those anywhere from 6 to 8, which is what I've drawn here. I just think what you have there is, the grid is a lot tighter. And
Yes.
we felt that this would, we just felt that it would work best without introducing too much more.
I actually think it would help to introduce another line, but that's, especially on the, it's facing us that south elevation, right?
This is the south
Yeah,
elevation,
yes.
correct?
Because you're doing the windows and I see what's missing. So the windows have timbers on either side of it, those should carry up, or at least that's the one, they don't
But then that would interfere with this gable, and if we carried them up,
well, that's what happens in timber, they run the timber up, right, and it gets the little corner piece, it adds a level of detail to it. Doesn't line, not everything lines up.
I don't think it's problematic to do that on just on the inside dimension.
Or that-
Let's see what you're talking about this.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a deal breaker. No, but I mean, I see what you're saying.
No, it's not there, right? Because you're carrying this up.
I guess this is a super minor detail. It's just that essentially these pieces here are basically you're breaking it up on the other side, and it seems like they align. Even in looking at the inspiration images where they're like hugging the window, it makes some sort of sense. I know it's not a straight interpretation of things, so it's not.
They have those patterns that make, you know, where they, it's like a railroad track, just becomes a pattern across the whole thing, and then there's the secondary structure, just as you would see it inside.
It's a minor detail, so we can incorporate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I guess just one more quick question about the light gutter and the.
We can't have a light at that door.
So existing, those are two existing.
Oh, there's two existing, they're just
Sorry
not
about that,
shown.
they're just not shown, right?
My only other question is about the gutter detail.
Mm-hmm.
Is it aluminum to match?
To match, right.
Existing aluminum?
Right.
So is it gonna go trim color? Like right now, it's brown. It kind of fades away.
We didn't pass these down.
Sorry, I'm greedy. So would you change it to the trim color, which is the taupey color, or would it?
Well, I mean, I don't think there's going to be the ability to match gutters to that, so my inclination would be that they would probably remain the dark brown that's there. I mean, gutters
Match
normally.
the timber line that's like in your head, like that. This is,
Yes, right,
this is what you're
it'll be
actually-
closer to. I just don't think that
I have
painting
one
gutters.
sketch, I keep doing this. I would recommend putting the header on the south side because it is visible. There's no header with the paired windows.
I'm sorry.
So there's a header of wood, I assume, a header of wood over the existing steel windows here, there, and on that one next to it. So when you turn the corner, the two new windows don't have the header. So you-
That's not right here.
No. I don't believe that detail carries on the existing. I could be wrong, but I don't believe it carries. But if it does, we will gladly
I think it's right now an
incorporate
arch.
it. It might be a brick arch.
Brick arch, so
right.
you're-
So we would
that's
carry
not-
that, right. So we would match that.
Oh,
It's brick arch, great.
so this guy?
No. It's, this one here. Yes.
Right.
It's a loss
Well, whatever the detailing is around the existing window, we would replicate. I just know that there's no wood header above it.
It's so there's a brick arch there now.
I'm assuming so. There, on the pictures,
It's faint.
it's faint.
It's just one half, so copy that. please.
Right, we would copy it.
Okay, if you could indicate that on the drawing, and whatever.
Absolutely.
That's very good.
Change it.
Well, we're
Sorry, I'll cover your questions. Just one last question. Is so the deck and everything out the rear is new too?
yes.
What is, what are the materials?
The materials are going to be, wood deck, with, painted in the same, whatever
Trim color? to match?
trim color to match, right? Everything's going to be cohesive, the same basic paint scheme throughout.
And those are nice little details, like the brickwork and the chimney and everything.
Yeah, I think more than anything, just don't mess with that shit.
Oh, no, absolutely, yeah.
This is the. I need somebody to document what the changes are on this drawing. And it's gonna have to be initialed, but this
I'll see this too, like the comments that I made are not deal breakers.
This is yours. Oh. Oh.
Wrong cut.
It's a long pile of papers.
Here, Rick, you want these?
Nope.
We've
I
got
gotta
two
have
sets.
I gotta have
in
the down.
I'm not trying to spend money, but if you would cooperate.
copper now.
I was thinking. How did it be known this is?
It reads.
Yeah.
Just because I think it goes on that line. It's- it needs to be first. Wouldn't it be great if you did this?
Two sets of the wrong drawing. Not here, not this one? That's mine.
We do formal resolutions because we can do it verbally, obviously, so that Ed understands what the stuff I submit. It's,
Can't put it verbally.
It says this 4-inch back from the edge of the chimney. Would you like me to do it so you're protected?
Yeah.
No,
It's arches?
Can we just say they will match? None of us is 100% sure.
Okay, so
What it
that,
is.
I'm just adding.
I would prefer that the note just simply say, header above new window to match existing adjacent. And then this way, if it's a brick arch, it's a brick arch. If
Okay.
there's something, you know what I mean?
So that's got the.
Because I'm not committing to doing.
No,
the
no, no,
arch
no, no,
rest.
no, I was actually just drawing a wood header over it, that was all I was.
But I don't think there's a wood header, that's my point. I think that's at the front facade. Yeah. So you could achieve, I think, what you're looking for. Yep. By stating that this header will match that header. And then I think we're all agreeing that that would be.
And if there's no header?
Exactly. Right. Any amendments on that? Yes, Chairman? Today's 22nd?
All day, all day. So.
How about this? Please, the whole thing? Yep, that worked for everybody? Yep. They've asked to accept. Into that. Make sure there's a good and then whatever. Which we would put it in the. Thank you all very much.
So do I have a motion to approve as amended? Motion to approve as amended?
So moved, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. All right, thank you all. Good night. Get home safely. Thanks.
You too.
Do you want the extra copy?
Not really.
I don't know, they always get lost, don't they, in the job?
It's gone back chicken scratch.
That's okay. Okay. Next meeting is August 12th. Everybody know now that they're not going to be in there?
Yeah, I won't be here.
Actually, we might get
Right.
putting you as a question mark.
What is it, you, Randy? I'm not.
Okay, I got you down as a no.
Okay.
No Gail, and Ken's question.
And then I'm here forever again.
And then we're stuck with you for the rest of the.
You are,
for the duration?
sorry.
Oh, yeah, sure, you'll come back when we only have one meeting a month. October, November, December.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other new or old business to come before the board?
Did you want these samples?
You
You want the
said,
metal piece? Sorry.
do we have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second. All in favor? Aye.